Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Ever sold $2,000 worth of stuff for just $17? Welcome to my life. After an epic deal with the maid, I thought I was going to be rich. Spoiler alert. I wasn't. But here's the kicker. I taught the hotel parrot a little Russian flair. Instead of the classic Spanish hola, this feathery rebel is now shouting, Russian peace. Russian tourists, they loved it. But guess what? I got hit with a $787 fine. Next time, I'll stick to training cats. Less drama, just as much fun. Ever seen a guy in nothing but a smile? So, I'm at my kiosk at 4 a.m. when I open the window and find a totally naked dude with Adam on his chest. He's proposing that I be his Eve and see paradise. Meanwhile, the car behind him is cracking up. Turns out he lost a bet and this is his punishment. Who knew losing a bet could brighten someone's early morning shift? Let's just say I got a few extra laughs before my coffee kicked in. Picture this. I'm chilling, watching TV, when my boyfriend bursts in wearing a saw mask. He goes, Yevgenia, I want to play a game. You'll be shackled by love. And maybe some madness. Next thing I know, he rolls in on a tricycle, ring in hand. Who needs roses when you have a tricycle and a horror movie theme? Spoiler, I said yes, obviously. Because who can resist that kind of proposal? Ever tried to buy tickets to Hogwarts? A dad did. Standing in line for 15 minutes with his wailing daughter, he finally gets to the front. He dramatically asks, tickets to Hogwarts? The clerk's face? Nope. Dad's now got a thesaurus of dream destinations. Narnia. Disneyland, same answer. He turns to his daughter with a sigh. See, all sold out. Lesson learned. Fantasy worlds have the worst ticket sales. Poor kid, just wanted an escape, not a dad joke. Ever had a childhood throwback? I built a cute treehouse for my son, feeling all nostalgic. So, I decided to relive my glory days. I climbed up with my book, channeling my inner childhood wizard. But then, achoo, the treehouse exploded like it was made of marshmallows. There I was, dangling on a branch, clutching my book like a life raft one sneeze away from a new Viking saga. Spoiler, the only thing I conquered was embarrassment. Ever wonder who the real superheroes are? Meet my husband, a firefighter who saved dozens of lives, including a kid from a blazing inferno yesterday. But here's the twist. His sidekick, also a hero, didn't make it a year ago. So, while we're busy binge-watching superhero movies, I'm over here praying for my husband every time he heads out. Real-life heroes don't wear capes. They just chase flames and hope they don't get singed. Who needs Hollywood when I've got my own fire-breathing superhero at home?
Ever been in a language showdown? Picture this. Kid in Egypt, trying to flex her English skills. We're chatting and suddenly, silence. We've both run out of words. She stares at me, all intense, then nervously asks, are you Russian? Oh, you bet I am. She went from English pro to what do I say now? In seconds. Talk about a language barrier that turned into giggles instead of confusion.
Ever tried running from your bad habits? I did, literally. My dad found out I was the school smoke machine and decided to motivate me without early morning runs. Each day we'd dash to the stadium, starting with 5 laps. But then my personal trainer, aka Dad, upped the ante by 2 laps every week. By lap 3, I was seriously considering a smoke break, until I realized I was too busy trying not to die. Spoiler alert, now I'm fit, and cigarettes, not on my list. Thanks, Dad. Imagine a cat who thinks it's a fish ninja. My dad trained his fish to swim to the top by tapping on their aquarium, but then fish started vanishing. Suspicious? You bet. One night, I wake up to a noise and see our cat, stealthily sitting on the lid, like a furry pirate, luring the fish. Next thing you know, it's a fish buffet. Looks like the real crime was committed by the fluffiest criminal in the house. Did you hear about the dad who lost his leg and thought he was a burden? For a year, he holed up at his summer house, convinced he was better off out of everyone's way. His friends were like, no way. So, they surprised him with a fancy prosthetic leg and said, get out, play some football. Fast forward a few months, and now he's scoring goals instead of self-pity. Who knew a leg could reboot a whole family? Thanks, friends, for saving the day one step at a time. Ever pass out on the subway? I did. Picture this. I'm feeling awful, blood sugar plummeting, and nobody's paying attention. Just when I think it's game over, a stranger turns into my snack savior. What's wrong? She asks, like a candy-coated angel. And there it is. Her bright smile and a piece of candy. If she hadn't magically appeared, I'd be the subway ghost. So, shout out to my sugar hero for saving the day and my trip home. Ever get a mysterious text that makes you question your life choices? I woke up to one saying, "I know you're sleeping. Come outside for a surprise." Naturally, I thought it was a prank, but my curiosity did a little tap dance, and I peeked out. A girl named Masha was outside, ready to make snow angels. Yes, snow angels in December. So there we were, clueless but ecstatic, turning the yard into our own angel kingdom. Who knew one text could lead to fluffy winter fun? Turns out, surprise texts might just be the best way to meet cool people. Though my buddy crashed his bike and went into a coma. He always said if that happened, I should just fix his motorcycle, right? Fast forward 2 months. I'm elbow deep in oil and parts, trying to channel my inner mechanic. Finally, I get it running. Just as I pop the champagne, the hospital calls. He woke up from his coma. So, basically, I didn't even need to fix the bike. I just needed him to take a really long nap. Classic. When my wife walked out on me with our 1-year-old, I thought, no biggie. I had a job, an apartment, and a cute kiddo. Fast forward 6 months, I'm promoted and thriving, when bam, ex-wife decides she wants custody, claiming I'm a monster. Plot twist. I had witnesses ready to spill the tea on her abandoning us. I won custody, while she sobbed and begged to come back. Oh, sorry. Better off with dad than a mom like that. Who knew parenting could come with such dramatic plot twists?
Ever walk home and realize you're basically in a horror movie? So, I'm heading home. It's dark, and my husband ditched me for a night shift. Classic. Suddenly, I spot 2 drunk guys ahead, and they start creeping closer, splitting like they're in some dude horror flick. Just as I'm about to sprint, one guy yells, "Forget her! She's with a dog!" I turn around and bam, there's a big mutt. But here's the kicker. I had seen no dog. It was my 4-legged bodyguard. By the time I looked again, it vanished. Guess my husband's right. The real angels come with paws.
Imagine your vice principal calling you a future drunkard. That was my life. After 15 years of proving them wrong, I strut into the school with a degree and a job at the Ministry of Education. Picture the vice principal's face when I asked her, "Remember when you said I'd be worthless?" Yeah, that was the best homecoming ever. Who knew being a nerd would pay off? Spoiler alert, I'm still not buying her coffee.
So, picture this. I buy a mouse and get the ultimate birthday surprise. I fill out a weird bonus card, right? A week later, a courier knocks, and boom, 11 roses, a mouse pad in my fave color, and an invite to the movies from my tech store crush. Honestly, who knew buying a mouse would lead to a rom-com moment? But hey, if you're gonna flirt, at least do it with flowers.
Ever had your money fly away? Well, mine just did. I was getting on a minibus, wallet in hand, when a gust of wind turned me into a money-launching machine. Out flew 1,000 rubles straight into the hands of a random guy. I yelled that it was mine, but the bus started moving. Picture this. He's sprinting through traffic, dodging pigeons, all for a single bill. In a world where everyone's a little selfish, this hero was ready to chase the cash, like it was the last bus of the night. Seriously, where's my cashback reward? So my friend crashed his car and spent months in a coma. Meanwhile, his mom was on a food fast by his bedside, praying like it was an Olympic sport. When he finally woke up, the first thing he said was, "Thanks, Mom." Turns out he was stuck in darkness like a bad Netflix movie until he heard her praying, and that dragged him back to reality, right? Next time you see your mom, make her dinner or something. Who knew moms were actually life coaches? Ever been on the metro and suddenly felt like you're in a military camp? 5 soldiers get on, all chatty and casual. Suddenly, an old man yells at them like he's in a boot camp. "At ease, Private Belukov. Step forward." And believe it or not, These dudes jump to it like it's a reflex. The guy who steps up bursts out laughing, then hugs the old man. Surprise! It's their old commander. They might have forgot his face, but not his orders. Talk about loyalty.